Oh, we're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our stream. Today, we're going to be talking about, well, since it's spooky season, we're going to be talking about like all the paranormal stuff. I'm going to be showing some ghost pictures, telling some stories. A few of us are, and we're going to see what you guys and the panel think of them. Barb, since you sent me the picture, you want to go first?
Well, you want me to start, do you? Okay, mine's nowhere near as interesting as some of the stuff you're going to probably come up with, but
Yeah. Okay.
and mine's also rather short. So there's an Air Force. It's an Air Force museum in Ohio, which, depending on who you ask, it's listed as one of the most haunted places in the fucking entire state. It's an old Air Force museum. The particular helicopter in question is called the Black Mariah. She took place along with the rest of the 20th helicopter. They were so a little bit of background. They were the only U.S. Air Force helicopter unit actually serving in Vietnam. Like any other helicopter gauges belonged to, I believe, the USMC and the Army. So there was one Air Force helicopter unit. And they got assigned to what they basically called Operation Pony Express. And what Operation Pony Express was meant to do originally was to head out and do a lot of supply drops, rescue missions of foreign nationals like the Vietnamese that they had who were doing recon work, that kind of thing. And basically they were a support wing. The issue became that it was incredibly dangerous, and these things were not armed, like at all. They were straight cargo birds.
Okay.
That makes sense. That explains why they're the only USAF unit there that used helicopters, transport unit. You know, because the Army had attack and transport helicopters. And I guess the Navy probably had their Sea-King helicopters for search and rescue of downed pilots more than anything else.
And some of these had a rougher time than others, because the thing was, this was a joint thing with the CIA, this unit, a lot of their missions. So they were doing things like delivering fuel, Connex boxes on slings, radio jeeps to recon sites, and they also got saddled with, a lot of the time, grabbing wounded soldiers, whether they be foreign allies or our own guys, over enemy lines and back to field hospitals in Da Nang or the USS Repose, which was a hospital ship off the coast.
Just giving away that free health care, you know, maybe for the Americans, but man, for people from other countries too. Man, well, that was my parents' tax money. My father.
You got to remember though, the guys they weren't just picking up civvies. These were the guys who were risking their asses to help the states at the time. These were like the Vietnamese scouts and shit like that. You know,
I'm adopted. I was raised by a New York City cop, but my father, biologically, and he was my friend for many years, well, a few years. He fought in Vietnam during the Tet Offensive. So, like,
my father did. He was in 2 tours, but basically, according to according to Doug Lawson's a retired master sergeant, and he was in NKP. Because somebody asked him, why is this the only chopper that was black in this entire unit? Well, what they were told, because originally somebody's like, oh, well, they didn't have enough paint to paint it the right way.
It was a diversity hire.
No. So what they were told, what command told them, is to cover up all the insignias that might identify it and to cover up the lights so that nobody would accidentally turn on the fucking helicopter signal or running lights at night and let it get spotted. Well, one of the maintenance crew just got a thing of black paint and just started slopping it over the lights. So this master sergeant comes back and he sees what the guy's doing. He's like, well, fuck it. Just paint the whole fucking thing black then.
Okay.
And that was literally
first ever black helicopter?
It was the only black helicopter in the entire 20th fucking helicopter unit.
And unmarked, of course.
Yes, completely unmarked. Because they didn't want anybody picking the choppers up at night if they could help it.
Well, I've had a few dates that I would like to have had unmarked and have no one know about too, yeah.
But the word is, I said it's going to be short one, but the word is around, especially around the museum and from a few former military and Air Force personnel, is that they swear that of all the aircraft in that museum they think are actually haunted, this has been the one that's come up the most often, because apparently there were several times this thing came back and there were a lot of guys who didn't exactly make it to their destination. It was fairly routine for anybody who knows, Nam, that just because they got you on the helicopter didn't mean you were getting where you were going.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that. Now there's a base in the UK, like a few of them, and there's stories where people said that.
Well, you guys have been a state for a long time now. I'm sorry, the England's been a state for a long time now, since World War II.
Jesus.
Anyway, so while it's been there, they on a couple of their bases, people have, and to this day still report ghost stories, phantom workers, voices, smells, different things that shouldn't be there. One person turned around and he said that while he was working on one base, that the base is being taken down now, around Cardiff, that while he was there, he saw someone from World War II asking if he's okay. Like, while he was like poking at his stomach, he's like, the pain's gone away, and then he was gone. I'd like to say hi to the chat of Sci-Fi Mumble.
Hello, Sci-Fi. No, it's Sci-Fi Mombi. She was on Saving Star Trek earlier.
Yeah,
she was one of our lovely co-hosts.
But now I'm going to talk about one place over here. Just need to get the right window for it. This place is called Loftus Hall. Boop.
Loftus, Loftus.
Yeah, Loftus Hall.
Okay, Loftus is a Roman word and name. Would you care to guess what it means before I tell you? Because then we'll all laugh because it kind of makes sense.
Lofty?
You know what? In a way, you're right. It means owner of a 2-story house.
Yeah. Well, Loftus.
Yeah, loft. Us. You have a loft. A loftus. You know,
now, this
like
site
your second floor was your loft.
This site has been inhabited since the 1100s. 1170, you've got like Lord Redmond, you've got some of the old Irish lords, Irish earls, some ancient Irish, like the pre-fall of the Irish kings used to live on this site. Now, the house, yeah, that is very true. I believe in ghosts, but I also believe that not every weird thing is a ghost. Exactly. Like Farv here, he's a werewolf.
It's off.
Make me. Now the weird thing about Loftus Hall is since the 1600s, in the 1600s, the Irish Confederates attacked Loftus Hall. And they did what they did, and they killed Lord Redmond.
Well, I mean, I was there that day, and that's an oversimplification. But as an immortal Highlander, I will say that the essence of what you're saying is true. And I don't want to betray anyone else, but I did feel the quickening earlier tonight. I will say that.
Oh, cool. You got your first period. Anyway,
oh, come on now.
That's what they called it back in the 1600s.
Between the Highlanders, that's what we call it too. Yeah, when all us immortals get together on holy ground for the annual picnic. Yeah.
So, since the Irish Confederacy basically annihilated the place, there's been a lot of ghost stories. Now, one of them is the most famous one from the 1700s. So, in the 1700s, Lady Redmond was hosting a card game. While she was there, a man came there was a storm, and a man came, and they were just playing along. Like, he was a very well-dressed upper-class gentleman. And he was winning, but her cards got knocked out of her hand during the storm that was outside. And when she bent down to look, there was a devil's feet underneath it, underneath the table. And he turned around and he went up through the ceiling. Now, the hole in the ceiling is still there. Let me show you the hole now. Hole in the ceiling. Image. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of the rooms. Now, so you'll get an idea of what we're talking about. Okay, so this is Loftus Hall. It's in a horrific state of disrepair. This is where they say that the hole was.
I can fix her.
I mean, I don't know, a couple of coats of paint. Yeah, I mean, I know the contractor could get that going for you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but this is the most famous hole. Now, the thing about this hole is no matter who repairs it, the property always fails. Then stuff always happens. In the 70s and the 80s, the property was taken over by a hotel chain, as they do. And dang mate's been slacking. Exactly, Thomas.
Wow.
A fellow mortal, I will let it go. You're spilling our secrets. It wasn't one of the big ones.
There can be only one, Brad.
Oh God.
Yeah. Now,
well met. Well met, Highlander.
A lot of people in Ireland and like shows and that when they come to go ghost hunting, they do go to Loftus Hall. A lot of people are reporting stuff from even the land itself, rather than just on the house. One of the most common stories is that we'll just use you as an example. Okay? Just say that you were going for a walk. Like through the lands. Would you bring a light, would you?
Probably just in case. I don't necessarily need it, but it's not a bad idea to have a torch.
Yeah. It won't work. No one knows why. All the electronics there get zapped. As you get closer to the edge, the electronics start to get zapped. Brad says psychological warfare, play terrible music like Justin Bieber or Cardi B. But what happens if they actually like it?
Then I think you got other problems.
Now, do you want to see one of the photos that I got myself? Don't know if you can see him. This one. This was taken in a graveyard called the Holy Cross Graveyard in my city. This one has freaked me out for years. Can you see the eye?
Hang on, let me look a little better.
Tombstone.
Oh, you talking about the red there?
Yeah. Thing is, at the time, there was no light sources for any of those in the background. Like, there was nothing behind it that could make those lights. Like, this is all church property. This is one of the biggest graveyards in, like, Munster.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. It's also one of the most haunted ones. Hold on now. Hey, Gorilla. Good to see you, man.
Swinging in to say hi.
Yeah. Our bird of prey singing. Yeah. Or him doing an Australian accent. But
hello, Gorilla. We love you, buddy. You're the best.
So we went there after an ex-friend of mine, a friend of mine at the time's grandmother passed away. And he was away. He didn't get to see her being buried. So we went to the graveyard. And while we were there, I decided to take some pictures with my new camera. That's when I got it. That's when I got that photograph. Because the thing is, that grave just there, that headstone, is 4 generations of his family. So I was taking the photo for him. And those lights in the background shouldn't be there. Neither should that eye. I have, I've got no idea what the effect happened or anything like that, but that picture has been freaking weird. Anyone else got any stories before we continue on?
Supernatural is the we have to go supernatural, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I know. I guess if I knew anything supernatural would have stuck with me, right?
Bubba, what about you, man?
Okay, since Bubba's silent, the only for me, I think the only things that I could have dealt with when it came to like anything supernatural is when just doors would randomly just slam shut in my grandmother's house. I'm not sure if it was due to the fact that my uncle who had passed away, that his spirit may have still been lingering in the house or something. I don't even know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's happened. Stuff like that has happened in my grandmother's house as well. Growing up there'd be a stairs. We'd only ever hear the stairs, where you'd hear running go, and sometimes children laughing.
Thomas has got one for you in the chat.
Yeah, I'll begin him. Door opens and then close. Boom. And no one was at the door. Now, Thomas says, when I was in Gettysburg, I took a picture of the former orphanage. There was a green light above the house. I had no idea what it was. Yeah. Like, those I've heard a lot of stories like that over the years. Hold on. I'm actually just trying to look for some photos that I posted somewhere.
While you're looking, just have you ever heard the tragedy of death plagues the wise?
Jesus.
What?
Is a dark lord of the Sith so powerful? They say he could even keep those he loved from dying.
Aha! Now, this is another one from my city that went absolutely viral back in the day. Hey, Bubba, I'll bring you up now in 2 seconds, okay? This picture, I'm going to upload it, and this went freaking viral. So, there's this place along a walkway. And the walkway has had a lot of death and murder and things like that over the years. And this is the photo that was captured.
Okay, then.
Like if it's zoomed in on it, you can actually see like it's wearing like an old sash. Be it like a gun or something like that. Now,
Maybe
I'll see if I
can't really tell.
Hold on, I'm going to go and see can I find a zoomed in one from it. Yeah. Zoomed in is really freaking blurry. So I'm just going to post it anyway. But it's still zoomed in. Enhance. That's it zoomed in.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. Now that the place where that was full of murder, so murder, death, horror, shit like that. So we think that something was created there. Now hold on. Is it on my profile? Yeah, it's my profile pictures. See profile picture, and I go and get an because I took another one myself because I've taken a few. I used to do a bit of hunting back in the day. Where are you? No. There you are. Okay, so the place that I went to post it that for the picture that I'm about to post we went in my city. We went to this old laneway where in the area during the War for Independence, a load of rebels had been murdered. Then a girl in the 1700s was killed as well. Another like thing that people think was created was this. Do you see anything in it?
I don't
Maybe
notice it.
vaguely. Can't really make too much discernible out of it.
Yeah, if you look in the center, there, like, people have been looking at it. The thing was, yeah, no one smokes. Like, I'm asthmatic. I don't smoke.
Okay. Let's see then. That makes a little bit more sense why it would be odd.
Also, if you look at it, you can trace out it's got like one face on one side. There's another face in another. By the left hand side, there's a bit of a skull. Looks like to be an amalgamation of things. Yeah, I see the profile of a person. Yeah,
like Nosferatu about to eat a firefly.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I want to believe.
Yeah.
It looks like a bill of smoke, but I'm trying to look at it very, very closely. It looks like the face is inverted, at least from my perspective. It looks inverted.
That's it. That's why we're saying it's not one person. It's a lookalike. It's a thing that was created.
So like a chimera, like a spirit chimera of some kind.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the thing in Irish culture where if something bad happens in the place, like bad enough, elementals get created.
So it's some sort of smoke creature.
Pretty
or
much.
Or vaporous creature.
And it'd be classed as an air elemental. It'd be the closest thing. But yeah.
What? Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Bubba, you had a story you wanted to tell?
Yes, okay, so I'm going to give a couple of highlights to the ones I told you the other night, but I've got a much better one that kind of just came to me just now. I remember this one, like, I try to block this particular night out because it was really, really creepy. But anyway, so the ones I told Revan the other night, that I used to work in a set of 3 towers that several of them, like, since the 70s, never even got finished. So the unfinished towers, they were kind of creepy, especially at night. We had a guard. I worked security. We had a guard that halfway through his patrol just turned around, like went downstairs, grabbed his stuff, did not bother telling the dispatch officer where he was going, just took off. They found his that he had left his stuff at the office the following Monday with a sign said, "I am not dealing with that ghost shit." So yeah, so from then on we called him Ghost Boy. Anyway, yeah, no, when the other company bought us out, he had been working for the other company. He's since quit again, but I did get to meet him briefly. That he's that jumpy. I might be the reason he quit, because one night we're sitting at work and he's freaking out about ghosts, and he locked the door, and I said, no, I haven't hurting anybody, but I don't think a demon is going to be stopped by that locked door. And I walked off, and he freaked out so bad he quit again in the middle of the night. So that was on me. But yeah. Anyway, back when my lady and I first started dating, so this was back in 2011 or 12. She was home from college at the time, and like her favorite thing in this entire world, like it goes in this order: Bulbasaur, Kirby, Totoro, me. Or ice cream than me. Like, I'm number 5. Anyway, Spyro, so I might be number 6. So anyway, not the point. The point is is that I take her for ice cream, and we're not on a particularly bad side of town that night. I felt chills the moment we parked. Like, not a second before, but the moment we put it into park. And this is like a relatively crowded area, and the homeless people are all like avoiding this guy. The people in their cars are going out of their way to drive away from this guy, and he walks up within like 8 feet of me and my fiance now. You know, at the time she was just my girlfriend, but she like, I get in between the two of us. I have never, like, this man was maybe a third my size. I'm not a small guy, and I have never, like, I have been in some situations working security and, growing up in the hood and everything. I've been in situations where I have faced down some dangerous people, and I have been a little worried. Nobody has ever had me, like, taking stairs like this guy had. But I couldn't, I didn't break eye contact with him. I was not about to let him know that he had me intimidated. But I'll tell you, I felt a demonic presence that night. Like, that was the realest thing. She could feel it too. Everybody else, the freaking stray dogs were avoiding this guy. And then I stood there, and he looks off the other direction, and then just takes off walking. And I feel like I feel like if I had not stood my ground in that moment, he would have tried some.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's about it. Like I said, I cannot convey in words like in Star Wars or Dragon Ball Z, when they can feel the presence of evil. Like, I could feel the presence of evil. This was not a man. That dude was possessed or something, if he was even really a human. But anyway, that's so that's my story.
Thank you very much for that. So now,
Also,
I found a page.
The reason why I couldn't talk a minute ago is because I'm, like, in the middle of work, and I still managed, like, I had to go get fuel in the vehicle. I managed to drop by the GameStop here in town and put money down on my local GameStop towards my pre-order for Dragon Quest Monsters. And if you you got one more day, if you're a pro member and you renew during Pro Week, you get a free 4-pack of Red Bull. So I just that was a pleasant surprise, and that's freaking kick-ass.
So, guys, and those of you who are into military stuff, are any of you familiar with the USS Watertown?
No.
It sounds familiar, but I'm not placing it.
That's right. That's a sister ship to the USS Land City.
Yeah.
Very funny. God damn it, Teague.
I'm glad someone got that.
So, 2 crewmen in 1924 drowned at sea, right? James Courtney and Michael Meehan. Now, the thing is, the crew for days have been reporting of seeing them in the ocean, seeing their faces in the ocean, seeing their ghosts on board. And then one of the guys came across a camera and he took a picture. This one.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. This is one of the most... This is from 1924. They claim that they've been seeing these 2 men in the water for a long time. Now, the soldiers on board... Well, it was an... Barb SS. That's not military, is it?
Well,
yes,
USS would be a a normal naval designation, but go ahead, Teague.
No, I'm sorry. I thought we were referring to something else. Please continue.
No. SS is usually a civilian designation for a ship.
Okay. Well, the men on board it then. Now, they had been soldiers back 10 years previous in World War I. But now they had been, what is it, decommissioned, discuffled?
Decommissioned is when they put the ship. Decommissioned is when they're retired, basically, or they're taken.
Mothballed is when they leave them to like reactivate them if they need them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
we're talking
scuttled
about
means
the
you have to
soldiers.
intentionally destroy it.
Like, basically, they're no longer required to be soldiers anymore.
Then yeah, that's just a either retirement or in the 20s, I guess they might have referred to it as decommissioned, but normally that's reserved for ships, ships and vehicles.
They were still down.
Now we sink them offshore so that they can't be haunted.
Yeah.
We sink them and make an artificial reef.
But they turned around and they left the ship. Now, that ship had been in service during World War I as carrying like supplies, carrying like food and things like that. It wasn't a warship. And yeah, now another picture. People are saying this is a soul after death. Okay, well, technically all ghosts are souls after death, but that's neither here nor there.
Not if my ex-wife becomes a ghost.
Maybe if you're lucky enough, your ex-wife will become your ex-husband.
No.
Oh, that's that damn show that's coming on Hulu. Thank God I actually canceled my subscription to that.
So 1988.
Looks good. What the hell happened to these people?
In 1988,
I can't see the photo.
Oh, I'm not sharing it. I'm just telling the backstory of it.
Oh, okay.
In 1988, there was Rose Benevato was driving along in her car with her friend at the time. Her friend was killed instantly. When you see the photo, you'll understand. But Rose survived. Now, this picture, people are saying it's either her friend or people believe it was an angel. Okay? There's the picture. From 1988.
Whoa. I definitely believe I can just make out the shape of a human with that.
Yeah. Now they're saying it was either her friend who had passed away in the car was staying to make sure that she was okay, or it was an angel,
or it could be the spirit of death to take whoever died to the afterlife.
It could be the spirit taking him and maybe hanging around to see if she dies.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. It'd be interesting to see, someone who takes on the so-called the representation of death take on the form of a loved one who already is long since passed, or at least how you would perceive it as as a loved one.
Now, this one. So in the 1950s, the family never came forward as who it was, but the boys released the photos in the 80s. One of the boys did. Okay? In the 1950s, they had just bought a house. And
well, I mean, which one, Dewey or Carl Urban? Which one of the boys did it?
Jesus Christ!
They had just bought a house, and they were taking a photograph with their mother and their aunt at the photo, like at the table, and it's called The Unexpected Visitor.
Whoa.
Now, yeah. Now the thing is, nobody like they don't know the backstory of the house or anything.
Hang around.
What, Bubba?
I said he is just dropping in to hang around.
Oh,
Now, people are there's speculations of if it is real of what's going on. Is people are saying, "Are you witnessing someone descending to hell?" Which is why he's upside down and all blacked out.
Oh,
Another theory is: are any of you familiar with the concept of place memory?
no.
yes.
Yeah. You want to explain it first?
No, I want you to do it. You brought it up.
Well, you've been quiet for a few minutes.
I've been quiet because my head hurts. Give me a break.
You okay, buddy?
I'm hanging in. Don't worry about it.
So place memory is essentially if it's also called rock memory and earth memory. Basically, the land remembers what happens. Okay?
It's similar to memory when you get a donated organ.
Yeah. So if, say for talk's sake, that say I murdered Jet Spark, right?
You murdered Jeff Spark.
Yeah, just
God
say in
damn
100 years'
Teague.
time, people will be there and they'll see me. They'll see the memory of me murdering him, and that's one explanation of what ghost is, and that's what people are saying about that one. That's maybe
least
that was
crazy ghost rationale of all, by the way.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's basically just getting like a psychic hit of something that happened years ago.
a psychic shadow.
You sort of like leave an after image in the TV of reality.
Yes. Another one that another explanation of what that photograph, what could be happening there is that basically it's some sort of a demon haunting the house.
Well, it's time to say it. In the words of Fox Mulder, not everything is easily categorized, labeled, or interpreted.
It's also true.
Yeah. Now, this one is, so 1976, as everyone is familiar with, Amity.
Mm-hmm.
In 1976, Ed and Lorraine Warren, as anyone are familiar with if you watch The Conjuring, showed a picture of, they went into the house after the whole Amityville incident happened. Okay? And they took this photograph. The photograph is depicting where is it now? Oh, there it is. It's depicting 9-year-old John Defoe. John Defoe, along with his other brother, 2 sister and parents, were killed by his older brother Ronald in the house. Ed and Lorraine were paranormal experts who basically most of you should be familiar with if you've ever seen the doll Annabelle. This is apparently the ghost of the child.
I've got a side note about Annabelle later. You're gonna want to hear it.
Yeah, we're talking about the people now, so why don't you bring it up? But just one thing, what's everyone's opinion of the photograph? Do you think that they faked it? Because that don't look like a ghost to me.
Fucking fake. It was proven later.
It may be fake, honestly.
Here's the deal.
Looks like a kid whose eyes are reflected.
Well, I'll let him speak first.
Ow.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that audio. Here's the deal. I've been outside this house. I've been parked in front of it. I am either the least force-sensitive individual in the world, or there's nothing going on in there. The tragedy that happened, the guy who did what he did, there's PCP found in his room, and people said he was walking around wasted talking about doing it. It was the 70s, and no one took it seriously. Anyway, what happened. the story of The Conjuring and all of the other stuff is the next people to own the house, and it sat there empty for a while. But the next people to own the house, they also like didn't pay any of their bills and had like a history of financial grifting. So I believe that Amityville Horror is a scam. That particular story.
Now, Bill,
But it is
I've
a very
heard-
entertaining movie. It's a very entertaining movie.
I've heard a lot of similar opinions and general information that was kind of set up and overblown by the family themselves.
now,
Not
Building
the
on that.
family that was the victim of the crime, but the
No,
next
no, no.
family
No, the
in
next
the
family, yeah.
house.
The next family over.
Yeah, that's
and
the
it
one
was
that had,
and it was a high
that's-
and it was highly kind of twisted around for the sake of the movie
on.
beforehand.
And
Yeah,
but
but
just very
building-
quickly, this town was very upset about that movie because the same year they're also the town in the little movie called Jaws.
Fucking Amity, yeah.
so here's the thing. Building on that, now in late 80s, early 90s, a couple bought the house. Right? The couple passed away later on because they were older when they bought the house. And the son is living in the house now. And they said, have you ever seen anything? And he said, I have been here, he said, since late 80s, early 90s. And I have not seen one thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, like, he said that there's a couple of markings in the board. He said that people overblew, and they're like, what is it? His father, who's a carpenter, said that they're carpenter's marks. Like, this board goes with this one, but the thing is, the other board that joins up with it was replaced. So that mark looks weird by itself.
Yeah.
So,
I
it's a
read the
carpenter's
book.
mark.
I read the book The Conjuring people wrote in the 80s.
Yeah.
It was sensationalistic, and I think that they themselves were. I think the wife believed it, and the husband was like, "My wife's crazy. I'm going to monetize it."
Talking about
I'm being
crazy.
serious. I'm being serious.
No,
Read
I'm
the
laughing because how
demonologist.
laughing because how likely it is.
Now,
If you read the book, The Demonologists, plural, that's their book. Yeah, the demons hate them and sprayed beer at them out of the sky. I don't know about that.
hold on. Have any of you here seen the movie Annabelle?
Nope.
No.
It's another case because Jeff and Lorraine they have a haunted museum where they go to a house. They're like, "Oh, this is haunted. Let me take it with you." Now they made a horror movie called Annabelle, which is part of the Conjuring cinematic universe. Okay. This is the doll that's apparently the most haunted doll on the planet. This is the doll they used. in the movie.
Raggedy Ann.
Raggedy Ann.
Is that going out over the air? Is that StreamYard's messing around? But I hear
Oh
some
no,
harsh
that's Bubba's
static.
audio.
Oh, okay, shit.
People will put up with a terrible video, but bad audio is kind of a stream killer. We got to be careful with that and only use it sparingly.
But here's the thing, like, which is absolutely hilarious. This is the Annabelle that now they keep Annabelle in a glass case because they said if they don't keep it in a glass case, Annabelle will get up and go around the house. There used to be a show. I forget the name of it, but it was made by Lorraine, Ed and Lorraine's son-in-law, right? And it was the biggest codswallop ever. There was this guy who it's like, oh, this watch it's haunted. Like, and they're like, what? They're like, yeah. They walked in, they're like, my house is haunted. They went into the house. They were going around and they were doing all this stuff, and then they opened it up and they're like, yes, this 1800s sterling silver engraved pocket watch is causing the haunting. Let us take it and we'll lock it away for you and make sure that nobody ever gets haunted by it again. The guy didn't give him the pocket watch. He's like, stop trying to steal from me. Did any of you ever see the show Psychic Mediums? Rescue Mediums.
Nope.
Oh God.
It looks like a lot of fucking rot, and I didn't waste my time.
I rescued a medium T-shirt today from the garbage by getting a stain out.
Okay, Rescue Mediums is the fucking these two ones from England are going around America in the back of a car, right? And they show up and you hear the show. Very interactive voice. It's like, next up on Rescue Mediums, the two women are going to this place to find out what they can do. And they're like, okay. So they go to this small rural fucking house in some part of America, bumfuck America. Right? Mm-hmm. And it's like in the house, and they're like, okay. So they get actors to recreate the ghosts. What's going on with the ghosts? You know, make it look entertaining.
Yeah, it's a reenactment, and not a very good one, I think.
What's entertaining is the two fucking women. Okay? So the two women go around and they'll walk around the house and they'll hold hands and they'll be like, oh my God, well, this is where he killed them. Oh, the ghost. Oh God, okay, baby, come into the light. And I'm like, what? Like they're like, yeah, you can see it. I can sense it. They're going to the light now. And they're like, oh, the little boy has turned into a demon. And I'm like, that's not remotely how it works. Because they're meant to be Christian.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and if anyone fucking read the Bible, demons are fallen angels. So it's like, that's not how this works. And they go along, and it's fucking insane. Another insane show is called A Haunting. Okay? Now, Farv, I take it you're familiar with that one?
By reputation.
They brought it back.
Fucking course they did.
Oh, hold on. They upgraded it.
Upgraded?
So
go ahead. Yeah. Go on.
They made it sexier.
Christ almighty. Of course they did. It's the only way they could get any attention on it.
So the way these stories are set up is it's like, this is John. John has an experience in his house. So John comes in, sits on the chair. All the people involved come in and sit down with him. Right? And it's like, just say, I had an experience when I was there. I go on, I tell the experience. It's like, you remember that? And it's like, yes, I remember May 5th, 1985, when I met you at 3 p.m. in the house. You were there, your mom was there, was wearing this red coat, and I'm like, how are they remembering this shit?
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's it's fucking stupid.
It's a show called A Haunting. Now, what I say is they have actors reenacting the stories. One of the stories is
when you say it's funny, like it's ghosts in quotes and actors in quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Actors in quotes. So one of the funniest ones was
massive quotations.
Was a girl had a ghost who fell in love with her.
Oh Lord.
Right? Hold on. And she's there in this time. My husband was serving. He was away, and I was in the house with myself, and her ex-boyfriend decided to win her back. Okay? If you're a bit kookier, if you were trying to win back an ex-girlfriend, we're just playing pretend here, okay? You're in your 20s. What would you have gotten her? You show up to her door.
Fuck if I know, man. Back then, I didn't want any of them back.
Well, let's pretend it's not someone from your real life. Okay.
I would favorite pet and have it taxidermied so she could have it forever.
Wow. Wow.
Bubba, I don't want a present from you forever. Thank you.
Y'all are hoping I'm joking. Y'all are like so fervently hoping I'm joking.
Her ex-boyfriend showed up to her house holding a tombstone.
I think I might have been more concerned about where he got it.
No, you know what? I'm going to be honest about this. I would just send a picture of my fucking penis.
Oh,
Why?
hold on.
I'm going to guess I'm getting less trouble.
She
Fucking
kept
desecrating a grave is it's not a sex crime to take a picture of my own penis and send it. It's just obscene.
Fair enough.
Between myself, Teague, and the man from the story, one way or another, she's getting something stiff and hard.
Yeah, but hold on. So her boyfriend shows up. Her ex at the time gives her the stone, right? And it has the name Jake, his name written on it, but from the 1800s. He then gets on a bike, dies on a motorbike, right? A week later, he dies.
Okay.
And she starts getting haunted by this smoke, but when the smoke goes around her, it feels good. The actress is in the bath, butt-ass naked, and everyone's like, cool. A haunting, everyone. One of them was
not exploitational at all.
No, one of them was that there was...
Can we be honest here for a moment? While Jennifer Lawrence is still alive, can there really be a ghost?
Who?
Jennifer Lawrence?
Until Jennifer Lawrence passes away and becomes the first ghost. I just don't think if it's true. Jennifer Lawrence is still around.
Who in the flying fuck is Jennifer Lawrence?
The girl from the Hunger Games.
Oh, Christ almighty.
The one who said she was the first female action star.
No wonder I don't know who the fuck she is.
Yeah, the actress who turned around.
You should look at a bikini picture of her and you won't forget who she is.
You should look at her.
I don't give a rat's ass how she looks. She's an idiot.
She's also played Mystique in the latest X-Men movies.
Ugh.
Let me tell you something. If Jennifer Lawrence walked up to you, you would lose all of that. That would just fall right away. Well,
you don't know me. You don't know me very well at all. In that, if that's what you really think.
If Jennifer,
I'll be honest with you, I've lived a good enough life that I just blow up these 2 or 3 credit cards for the wildest weekend ever, and just like go bankrupt. Have like that memory.
Wow.
Try to make her scar me, maybe across my back.
Okay.
You're into some weird shit.
I mean, it's Jennifer Lawrence. Come on, no, you aren't really. Yeah, well, she got this fucking scar, and I'll be like, wow, that's the first scar I ever saw. It's like that's because no one's ever had a scar before until she gave me this one.
Jesus H, motherfucking.
Looks at my hands and wrists.
Oh my god.
This is what I was going to talk about earlier. See, there are a number of haunted dolls around the world. What I think would be a great idea for the social media age. I want to live stream. I need to get a boat, and I need to get all of them, tie them all to the deck, like all these haunted dolls, like they are, and I'm going to wear a captain's hat the whole time too. And we're going to tie them like they're a captive audience. Then I'm going to film myself riding through the Bermuda Triangle. If I make it out to the other side, I'm figuring whatever's in the triangle will be canceled out by these dolls that are all haunted too. And I'll just be in for a nice, pleasant, boat ride. But yes, I do. I believe this haunted doll party across the Bermuda Triangle is the greatest idea for internet clout.
So I'm going to... and then we'll chill ourselves. Okay? This is from the UK's most infamous ghost show. It's called The Most Haunted. Where the reason why it's infamous is because the psychic could go and he's like, in this house, a man named John died in the 1700s. He was part of the English parliamentarians and he died of gunshot wounds. Okay?
All right.
Records show that no man in this house named John died. The parliamentarians were never involved in being in this house. This show got not one thing right. Except it made this scene fucking infamous. Okay?
Calm spiritual activity there with... All right? All right. How's it going? All right. Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick.
Oh, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So...
I'm afraid of no ghost.
So far, if you want to start shouting yourself?
Yeah, hey, anybody still here? I got a book called the Favithia Chronicle. It's what it says there on a little tab under my portrait. It's on Amazon right now. Just type in what you see there. It'll come right up. It's the first of between 2 and 3 novels, depending on how far I get with the towards where I want the ending to be in the second one. There may end up being a third, which there probably will be at this point because I'm like 3/4 done with the second one already. So probably going to be a trilogy. That's going on right now. And I also have a channel called Farvithian Guard, which is a channel my brother and I do a lot of gaming stuff and occasionally commentary stuff on. And that's about all I got.
Fantastic. Jet Sparks, you want to share yourself?
Jet
Sparks.
Did we lose him?
I'm not sure. Jet
Sorry.
Sparks.
I'm sorry. Just kind of like losing my train of thought. I'm getting kind of a little, tired.
Yeah, I'm wrapping up so we can all hit to hay.
Yeah.
Say to yourself, I'm going out to drink.
Yeah. So what was the question?
I'm a drink here.
You want to show yourself? Tell us about yourself?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My name is JetSparks373. You guys can find me on YouTube, Twitter. I'm gonna post my link tree in the private chat so you can put it out to our good, kind YouTube audience.
Okay, of course.
And just pointing out some of the things I've done recently. Yeah, I've done a writing stream on my channel, and I've also played a little bit of Dead by Daylight. I probably may do bits of that for this year, and you might see a darker persona other than the one that was seen last year in the form of the Plague Doctor costume I used.
Oh, nice.
Good costume. Like this. Like Plague Doctor's a good, solid choice.
Yeah, let me show you the photo. I actually added it. So yeah, the character of Dr. Vandenberg is very much retired at this point now. I'm probably gonna dress up for him one more time for Halloween, give out candy, and or just be on here and chatting with you, Revan, on Halloween night.
Well, Halloween night is just a sheer piss take. Like, it's a fun stream.
Yeah.
So, bring food and shit. So there is his link tree, guys. Go check him out. Bubba, you want to share yourself, and then we'll go to Teague.
Yes. Just remember, Halloween night, we will be digitally bobbing for apples. Anyway, I am Geek Hero Bubba. You can find me over on Twitter or X if you want to respect its current pronoun. I get into arguments with people on the far left and people on the far right, and seem to always be called names. Anyway, I've kind of developed a point system, and depending on what they call me and how fast it takes them to call me that is how many points I've earned that day. I'm getting ready to start releasing like a bingo card style game, for
Wow. What the fuck?
In the meantime, just remember that that there are many terrible things happening in the world right now. Enjoy the time with your loved ones that you have. Hug them, kiss them, let them know that you're there, and give that relative a call that you don't talk to very often. Call up an old friend, because everybody needs it right now. Anyway, you all have a good evening.
Teague, you want to share yourself?
Hello, my name is Admiral Teague. My show is called Saving Star Trek. That's my link at the bottom of the chat right now, or the chat replay if you're watching later. Please hit those like and follow buttons for our pal Potato. And you can catch me on Thursdays doing Yellowstone 1923, Fridays at 4 p.m. United States Eastern Standard Time till 8:30 doing Saving Star Trek, which is on again on Sunday night at 8 p.m. United States Eastern Standard Time, which I believe is currently -5 GMT. Please join me, and I'd be most grateful for you if you would like and follow my channel.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming, everyone for watching. So, we had a poll. And the poll was, do you believe in ghosts? Yes, no, isn't Bubba dead? And I'm dead inside, so I'm a ghost. Results are as follow. 70% of the 10 votes voted yes.
Wow, they
20%.
literally smoked the poll.
That's 20%.
Right? I mean, they smoked everyone else. That's number one.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't realize I was saying something so provocative. Wow. Shit. Sorry, guys.
20% of the vote voted I'm dead inside, so I'm a ghost. And
I
then
voted
10% voted that Bubba's already dead.
Yikes.
So, guys, thank you all. Remember,
Saw the Ghost of Star Wars this week on Ahsoka.
yeah,
Ooh.
everyone, stay awesome, be awesome, stay kind, and yeah, God bless and good night.